Next, in continuation with that, we have Oracle AI and then HAL 2000. And after completing these fields, we have one button, that is submit button. And you can see the output as in this way. This way we can design a form using labels, text boxes, field sets and submit button. The next topic is about combining HTML and PHP code on a single page. This is very easy topic. This means we can write PHP code in a HTML, and in PHP code we can add HTML tags. This is done in two ways. It's a very easy topic. Just see. First way is to put the HTML outside of your PHP tag. That means from the starting onwards, what we are writing, HTML, then title and HTML code. In that we are writing PHP code. In that we are writing PHP code. You can see here two times we have written PHP code. That means in HTML we'll write PHP. In HTML we'll write PHP. In HTML, in between we'll write PHP. This is one way. And second way is in PHP we'll write HTML. In PHP we'll write HTML. Two ways to combine HTML code and PHP code. One is in between HTML tags we'll write PHP. Second one, in between PHP tags we'll write HTML by using either print or each. We use two things. One is print or each. By using these two methods we can write PHP code with HTML code. Got it? Here in between PHP we are declaring one HTML form. In that we are declaring one title as HTML with PHP, and we can write the coding part here, and then we are printing the data as print works 2, getting combining HTML and PHP code. The next one is using hidden fields to save state, which means there are some hidden fields in order to keep track of the users. See, when we click on any website, when we start using any website like a Gmail or a Google or Yahoo, any website, whatever it may be, any website, when we are going to use this, there are some hidden fields in order to save our existence. That means which user is using that particular site at what time, that has been all recorded by using this hidden field. And this hidden field is same as a text field, except that user cannot see unless he views the HTML source of the document that contains it. And these hidden fields are used for three purposes. They are tracking users as they move around within a site, keep track of the users, and it also used to provide predefined input where a variety of static HTML pages are used as front ends. Then it is also used to store contextual information in pages. And here one example is given for saving state using hidden fields. Here simple program, this is we are declaring one variable, that is number to guess. What is that variable? Number to guess, and the value stored in it is 42. Value stored in a number to guess is 42. Then here we are giving conditional operator. We are using here conditional operator, question mark and colon. Question mark and colon. Here we are writing number tries. This we are going to display. If this is true, then it will increment by 1, otherwise it is represented as 0. Okay, leave everything. Here we have one variable number to guess 42. And here it is going to print as first one, if the number to guess, suppose I am giving a number as 52. Initially it is storing 42, but through input I am giving it as 52. Then it will check. Immediately the first statement is welcome to the guessing machine. What is the first output? Welcome to the guessing machine. And after that it will check what is the guess number I gave, 52. But what is the number stored in number to guess, 42. 52 is greater than 42. Yes, this condition is true. So it will immediately display the message as 52 is too big, try a smaller number. What is the output? 52 is too big, try a smaller number. Suppose I am giving the number as 30 and here 42. It will check the condition, 30 is less than 42. So it will come out of it and it will check 30 is less than 42. Yes, this condition is true and it will print as 30 is too small, try a larger number. What is the output? 30 is too small, try a larger number. Suppose I am giving the same number 42. Then it will check, it will print well done. If 42 is equal to 42, what is the message to be displayed? Well done. In order to display these numbers, we are writing everything with post. What it is? Post. Getting, it will check three condition, greater than, less than or equal to. If it is greater than, too big, try a smaller number. If it is less than, too small, try a larger number. And then if it is equal, then well done. Getting? And in order to save the state of this number 42, we are using one field, that is guess. Number to guess, we are storing 42 and this is hidden field. This is hidden field which is not displayed to the user, but by default it is saving the state. Got it? Next, redirecting the user. Redirection is an integral part of modern website. That means when we click on submit button or when we click on sign in or log in, that immediately that page has to be redirected to some other web page. Page has to be redirected to some other web page. This is done by using redirecting the user. And once when we click on some website, when we are in accessing some website, at down you can see some messages blinking, redirecting. There you can see redirecting. Okay, getting? PHP provides a simple and a clean way to redirect your visitors to another page. Getting? To another page, the PHP redirects their visitors, website visitors. Then here example is simple program. When we click on, when we give some comment and name, then immediately it redirects to a new web page, that is thankyou.html. Okay, one page is there, web page. Second one is thank you HTML. This is the thank you HTML. This is our current web page. When we click on that, when we submit the data, immediately it redirects this to this web page. For this, we are writing the program. Simple. program like form action is equal to comment.php input name, then name, comment, and one submit button. After clicking on that submit button, the comment.php will open. This is how we create redirecting the users or visitors.